Welcome to Kevilcast. I'm Kevil.
Hello everyone, I'm Tag TheAverageGaemur. Kevil, what are you doing, Kevil?
Ooh, what's this guy?
That's Snipe Anteater, you know, the last boss in the game.
He looks just like a little piggy.
Didn't you just ask me to be in this so that you could do an imitation of another Let's Player?
Oh.
All of your other videos from X7 are imitations of famous Let's Players. So why am I here again?
Come here, little piggy. Hello.
Right. Well, since you can't do the intro to this one, I guess I will. This last boss is Snipe Anteater, one of the most difficult and unfair bosses in the series. He's got quite a few weapons, but his main attack is the Sniper Missile.
Ah yes, the mandatory cybernetics level. The first stage is pretty straightforward. There's one new enemy type I gotta mention. Musha Droid, or Musha Droid if you're in Japan. Actually, I think it's Musha Droid here. Either way, it's a samurai thing that has a sword beam. And that's just about it. On to the second half.
Ready?
If you know how to get around this place, it's pretty quick. If you don't, it is the most confusing stage ever designed. Especially the second half here. These little orange platforms that have little, like, teleporter things above them, jump into them and the stage will flip. And also your direction will flip, so it's really, really confusing and also somewhat nauseating. If you don't know where you're going, this stage is the worst thing. Took me about half an hour my first run through before I didn't even finish it. I just gave up and looked up a map. Because I was getting sick to my stomach and I did not want to do that anymore. Thankfully, it's not so bad now that I know where I'm going. On to the boss!
Oh, so you've come, little one.
Isn't it about time for your retirement?
This one is a big talker. Shouldn't you concentrate on being granted hunter status?
Aw, man! You always were good at figuring people out.
Oh, yes. And of course, I know why you're here, too. So why do you think I'm here?
Know thine enemy, is it? You're a real pain, geezer.
Now, I want you to fight like normal. I need to get good data on you, boy.
Fine with me. I'm no good at holding back, anyway.
Fascinating. Snipe Anteater is hailed as one of the most difficult bosses in the series. Mostly because he likes to hang out at the bottom of the stage like that. Thankfully, X's Buster can sort of cut through that, but only sort of. Now, every time you hit him to a certain amount of health, he changes forms. Which is actually kind of silly because it means he does a lot less damage. Oh god, that almost hit me. Come on, I gotta be really careful with this guy. His little drones fire off shots randomly, and they have a pretty good chance of hitting you most of the time. Okay, one shot, and yes! Snipe Anteater is down! The fight is only difficult after he hits half health. Before that, he's actually pretty easy. However, it can go both ways. If he decides to sit on the bottom and then send his drones after you, you're doomed. Whew, alright, that actually was a lot easier than I expected. I was honestly expecting Snipe Anteater to be the death of me. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Either way, we got the Sniper Missile. It's a homing missile that passes through enemies until it hits parts of the stage. Charge it up, and X fires off 3 of them. And I'm done with X7. Oh my god. I never thought I'd see the day. Clear time, 2.5 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. Stage is just so short. Ah, let us save. Let us save and end this game forever. No, that's save. For every single time out. No! I hate the controls. One button is confirm sometimes, one button is confirm other times. It's horrible. It really is. Alright. I didn't even get to go into... Oops. Didn't even get to go into... No. Come on. There. I didn't even get to go into Snipe Anteater's actual attacks. He's got a little wave that you'll see in the outtakes. He fires off missiles. Yes. He has little homing drones, or ant drones that explode. And then, of course, the drones that surround his body, which are the absolute worst thing. He can send them off at you, and they'll fly around the screen randomly. You can sort of dodge them by dashing in one direction, but once you have to turn around, you're 90% of the time guaranteed to get hit. So if you don't kill him quickly enough, and he uses that attack, you're doomed. That's just about it. That's why Snipe Anteater is so difficult. Also, in addition to this, Snipe Anteater does not actually take extra damage from his weakness. It doesn't stun him, he doesn't take more damage from it, so he's one of the hardest bosses in general. Thankfully, he's dead, and we're done with X7. Sigma stages, intro, whatever, don't care about that. On to the extras and the outtakes.
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, get it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, call it.
Alright, time to grab that heart tank. It's visible just across the way here, as you can see. You have to flip gravity and not get hit by a Musheroid. You have to flip gravity right over here, and then make your way all the way around, I believe, to this location. Yes, that's the one. And heart tank. For the capsule in this stage, you want to flip gravity right over here, just before the area that nearly leads to the end. Then make your way to the side, to this large platform. And capsule. It's the head part. It would have to be. It's the only one we haven't gotten yet. Never imagined I'd meet you here. In cyberspace. Why did he build the capsule inside? Whatever. I wish I could have given you these head parts in person. You're dead! Although weak, they possess an item-attracting force. I hope it helps. At least Capcom admits that it's a pretty much useless power-up. The head parts basically make it slightly easier for you to pick up energy pellets. Since the game's 3D, I guess it's hard to walk over them. They'll magnet towards you now. Yeah, that's just about it. You know, no change in how weapons work, no change in anything. Also, there's one new enemy I haven't mentioned. It's the Cyber Ape that we saw a moment ago. Don't think there are... Oh, there's one. Yeah, it's a big green thing. You can't destroy them, and they fire little cybernetic rocks at you. You can blow those up, though. Anyways, we're on to the outtakes. There actually aren't that many. Yeah, his stage is a cylinder, and only he can use the entire... He's already using that one? Holy crud. Ah! Yeah, this is the attack that is going to end up being most of my outtakes. Probably all of my outtakes, actually. Fascinating. Snipe Anteater is hailed as one of the most difficult bosses in the series. Mostly because he can start out by damaging you. I hate it when he does that. Now, as you shoot him, occasionally he'll sort of change form slightly. And it's imperative you are able to hit him. Oh, come on. The thing about him, though, is... Oh, God, he shot him everywhere. That's not good. That's really not good. Ah, yeah, I thought so. If he's shooting him everywhere, I'm pretty much going to get hit. Pretty much. Not necessarily a given, but good God, is that hard to dodge. He's out. If he happens to send them off at you, you're pretty much doomed. Oh God, he's at the bottom. I can't shoot him from here, and he could send his drones at any minute. Please move. One shot and you die, Snipe Anteater. Until then, we're just gonna sit here in a Mexican standoff. Come on, I've got my guns ready, you've got yours. Bring it on. Snipe Anteater's fight has a tendency to get somewhat boring if he does this, because he can't hurt you and you can't hurt him. For God's sakes, man, move! Come on. You're just taunting me with that health bar. Just move. Just, come on. A pellet shot would kill you at this point. I don't even... Oh, God! Yeah, that was bound to happen. And then he moved. God dang! I hate this boss! Honestly, I thought this would be the one that broke me. I couldn't conceivably foresee myself actually beating this guy. When I first picked up X7, I couldn't even kill him. Snipe Anteater with Axel and Zero couldn't do it. Had heart tanks, had his weapon, just could not do it. My practice runs ended in sheer failure. I got hit every single time. given using X, I could kill him, but I always took damage, and lots of damage, too. I was down to very little health before I actually killed him. Despite this, he took very, very little time to actually beat. Like, an hour at most. That's Armored Armadillo difficulty. That's a 1 out of 10. I can't give him a 1, because he is difficult, so instead, I have to give him a 6 out of 10. His stage, Cakewalk, takes about a minute to get through. He loses massive points there. Didn't even need to practice the stage at all, honestly, to get it perfectly. Once you know the routes, once you know where you're going, have it mapped out, smooth sailing. Boss fight, kind of weird. The beginning of the fight is pretty easy, especially his X, because X can just wail on him, he barely moves. The only problem is if Snipe Anteater does move and he moves to the bottom of the screen, you can't hit him. As one of my outtakes showed, he just sits there and you can't do anything about it. The only really difficult part of this entire run is the final phase, when he's about a third to half health. He uses those little guardian drones, and they are just pain. They fly around the screen, usually towards you, and they are really, 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 really hard to dodge. There's a lot of luck involved, but mostly it's a matter of killing him before he uses that move. If he uses that move, run is over. I don't think I could beat him like that. Maybe if I was really lucky and he was almost out of health just the right time, but you can barely dodge those at all. The only reason I was able to beat this thing is because I was playing as X, honestly. As Axel or Zero or anyone else, this guy's nearly impossible to beat, let alone perfect run. So his rating is still fairly high. Even if the entire rating comes from 10 seconds worth of his fight, I'd love to give him more, but less than 10 total outtakes and like very little in the way of practice runs, I can't justify that much higher. So Snipe Anteater, you get a 6. Too bad. And that's it, folks. X7 is over. Oh man, this took way too long. It's been really draining to actually play this game. Mostly motivation has been super low. Like, I can't play this game for more than an hour at a time. I sit down, I start recording, I'm like, alright, yeah, I can do this. And like, an hour passes, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I throw my controller to the ground and I play other video games, because I can't. Game is bad. Also, I've been super busy. I've had a lot of recording issues, hardware problems. I've gone through 2 microphones and like a controller. Probably because I was throwing it on the ground. That's usually not a good idea. But basically, it took way too long. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hopefully, the next game, X8, yes, I'm going to be doing that. It'll be a lot faster. X8's fun. It's a really good game, just in general. It's a lot better than X6 and 7. I may argue better than X5, but I personally really like X5, so that's kind of up to debate. But either way, it's going to be next. It's going to be awesome. And until next time, this is Kevel, finally signing off from X7. For good. Ciao.